Man United Women International Roundup, Jackie Groenen nets screamer. Manchester United had 13 players called up for senior international duty by 7 national teams across Europe for April's matches. Several United stars performed well in World Cup qualifiers or friendlies, although it ended up being a disappointing international break for a few others. Here's a summary of how all of United's internationals fared in April. Ella Toone shone for England in back-to-back World Cup qualifiers against North Macedonia and Northern Ireland. The 22-year-old started both games for the Lionesses, scoring a hat-trick in the first and getting another goal in the second. She also managed 3 assists. Mary Earps has received a boost of confidence from England boss Sarina Wiegman that she is the Lionesses' #1 going into Euro 2022. The United goalkeeper sat out the game in North Macedonia but started against Northern Ireland, keeping a clean sheet. Alessia Russo and Katie Zelem started neither game, but both came off the bench for the final 19 minutes plus stoppage time against North Macedonia. They were unused substitutes in Belfast. Martha Thomas was among a number of players who publicly called out the Scottish FA for only opening a small section of Hampden Park for a World Cup qualifier against Spain. She led the Scotland line against a strong Spanish team and did have the ball in the net at one stage, but it was ruled out because of an offside flag. Wales acquitted themselves well this month, losing only narrowly to European giants France before a comfortable win on a long trip to Kazakhstan in 2 World Cup qualifiers. Hayley Ladd played 90 minutes of both games in the center of defense, as she has done with United in recent club matches. Carrie Jones impressed in the number 9 role against France, causing problems for world-class opponents, and appeared off the bench in Kazakhstan. But there were no minutes for Chloe Williams, who has spent much of this season on loan from United to Blackburn. United pair Vilde Borisov and Maria Thorisdottir both saw good game time as Norway won each of their World Cup qualifiers against Kosovo and Poland on home soil. The returning Ada Hegerberg took the headlines in the first games thanks to a hat-trick on her international comeback. Thorisdottir played 2 full games at centre-back, while Vilde Borisov played 90 minutes against Kosovo, assisting Hegerberg's hat-trick goal on the hour mark. The midfielder didn't start against Poland, but did appear from the bench. United fans are still eagerly awaiting Jackie Groenen's first goal for the club, yet she has something of a reputation for stunning international strikes. Her long-range extra-time winner for Netherlands against Sweden in the 2019 World Cup semi-final stands out, and a rasping drive that clipped off the underside of the crossbar got the Orange off the mark in a friendly win over South Africa. A few days earlier, Groenen had bagged a hat-trick of assists as Netherlands crushed Cyprus in a heavily one-sided World Cup qualifier, setting up 2 of Arsenal striker Viviane Miedema's 6, as well as 1 for veteran midfielder Sharita Spitz. Ona Battle played the full game for Spain in a glamour friendly against Brazil to kick off La Roja's international break. She didn't make the starting side for the follow-up World Cup qualifier against Scotland a few days later, but was brought on in the closing stages when it was still only 1-0. It meant that Battle did get a brief chance to face United teammate Martha Thomas, and the pair were seen swapping shirts at the end of the match. Having missed United's final game before the international break, Signe Bruun joined up with the Denmark squad for back-to-back World Cup qualifiers but was ruled out of facing Malta. The hope was that the on-loan striker would still remain in contention to feature against Azerbaijan in her country's second match, but again was unable to take part. For more from Jamie Spencer, follow him on Twitter and Facebook.